英語で国内ニュースです。優しい英語で今日の出来事をお届けします。
A tanker linked to Mitsui OSK lines passed through the Strait of Hormuz by April 4th Japan time. This is the second Japanese-related vessel to transit the strait, following an LNG carrier. The Strait of Hormuz is currently under an effective blockade by Iran. This information was confirmed by Mitsui OSK lines.
Western, European, and Iranian media outlets report that a U.S. military fighter jet was shot down over Iran. Separately, a U.S. military attack aircraft is also reported to have crashed near the Strait of Hormuz. These incidents indicate a significant escalation in the exchange of attacks in the region.
In Hokkaido's Muroran area, 2 family members experienced food poisoning after consuming plants collected from a forest. Tragically, 1 man died. The incident was caused by the accidental ingestion of monkshood, also known as aconitum. Authorities are investigating the circumstances surrounding this fatal incident.
A man was found collapsed on Toyokawa City Hospital grounds in Aichi Prefecture on April 3rd, later confirmed dead. An autopsy revealed full-body injuries and internal bleeding. Police have set up an investigation headquarters, treating it as a case of injury leading to death and abandonment of a body.
9 divers went missing for a period near Cape Soya in Wakanai City, Hokkaido. Fortunately, all 9 individuals were rescued approximately 2 hours later. Police confirm that everyone is conscious and able to communicate, indicating no severe injuries from the incident.
An 11-year-old boy, Yuki Adachi, has been missing for 12 days since March 23rd. He was dropped off at school but did not attend. His school bag was found 3 kilometers away in a mountainous area. Local residents state it's almost impossible for an elementary student to walk to that remote, rarely used location. Search efforts are ongoing.
Atmospheric conditions are highly unstable due to a low-pressure system and a front. Western Japan is currently experiencing very heavy rain and strong coastal winds. Eastern and northern Japan are also forecast to have rough weather from tonight, April 4th. The Japan Meteorological Agency warns of potential severe conditions ahead.
A Japanese research group has identified a new variant of norovirus spreading globally and domestically. By analyzing virus genes collected worldwide, they confirmed this new strain. Norovirus is a common cause of infectious gastroenteritis. Health authorities are monitoring its spread and potential impact.
Kansai Electric Power will change nuclear fuel arrangements in 3 reactors at 2 Fukui plants. More long-life fuel will be placed on the reactor's outer edge. This aims to reduce spent nuclear fuel and reactor degradation from long-term operation. Safety checks are crucial to ensure no impact from potential delays in detecting internal anomalies.
The University of Tokyo disciplined 21 individuals, including specially appointed associate professors, with warnings or severe reprimands by the end of last month. An internal investigation into misconduct revealed they accepted hospitality from private companies. This included meals valued at 50,000 yen and various gifts, prompting the disciplinary actions.
次は社会のニュースです。
9 divers, including a guide, went missing off Wakanai, Hokkaido after failing to resurface. Emergency services were alerted, and a search operation found them floating together about 3 hours later. All 9 were conscious and unharmed. The area, known for sea lions, experienced strong winds and high waves at the time.
Over 20% of Japan's water utilities face deficits in fiscal 2024, the highest in a decade. A staggering 65.6% operate with revenues not covering costs. Experts warn that aging infrastructure maintenance is suffering due to these financial shortfalls. Rising costs, population decline, and water-saving measures are making water rate increases across the country unavoidable.
Japan's government is carefully considering whether to ask citizens and businesses to save electricity and petroleum. This discussion follows concerns about ongoing military conflicts in the Middle East. Some observers question the contradiction of asking for savings while simultaneously providing subsidies for electricity and gasoline.
A verification committee of lawyers released a report on April 3rd criticizing Tokyo University for significantly lacking self-purification. This finding follows 2 successive corruption cases involving a former graduate school professor and a former hospital doctor, both of whom were dismissed. The report highlighted the university's inadequate response to these incidents.
Major women's universities in the Tokyo area saw increased applications this spring. This trend is notable, as other women's universities nationwide are becoming co-ed or closing. Experts believe this rise is due to more students submitting parallel applications, applying to both women's and coeducational institutions.
Japan is bracing for a spring storm this Saturday with widespread heavy rain and strong winds. Western Japan will experience intense weather in the morning. Later, Okinawa, Shikoku's Pacific coast, and Kanto Koshin may experience warning-level downpours. Typhoon-strength winds are also possible from western Japan to Tohoku, urging caution.
A man in his 50s has been arrested after allegedly pouring liquid and setting it on fire on Tokyo's Shibuya Scramble Crossing. The incident, which obstructed pedestrian and vehicle traffic, occurred on the night of April 3rd. The suspect turned himself in, and police are currently investigating the full details.
A 41-year-old Iranian man, Alireza Shamoradi, was found dead on the grounds of Toyokawa Citizens Hospital in Aichi. An autopsy revealed multiple injuries and subcutaneous bleeding, indicating assault. Police are investigating a potential link to an incident at a highway rest area where a man was reportedly assaulted and forced into a car.
Japan's government plans to ease defense equipment export rules, allowing exports of finished products, including lethal weapons. It would abolish current restrictions and include exceptions for countries in conflict. Parliamentary involvement will be limited to post facto notification. The 3 principles on transfer of defense equipment guidelines are expected to be revised by April.
A 20-year-old man was arrested after his car fatally struck an 8-year-old girl at a Yokohama T intersection without a traffic light on April 2nd. The driver, Kyoga Harada, stated he was on his way to hang out. He was sent to prosecutors on April 4th, with police investigating the accident's cause.
次はビジネス関連のニュースです。
A tanker linked to Mitsui OSK lines successfully passed through the Strait of Hormuz by April 4th, Japan time. This is the second Japanese-affiliated vessel to navigate the strait, following an LNG carrier. The passage occurs amid reports of Iran effectively blockading the area and collecting transit fees from certain ships.
The Nikkei average in Tokyo rebounded, closing up 660 yen. Investor concern over the Strait of Hormuz eased as discussions about reopening the vital energy route emerged. This expectation of normalized energy transport supported the market, following a sharp decline the previous day. Iran is reportedly charging about $1 per barrel for friendly ships.
U.S. President Trump, on April 3rd, requested Congress approve a significant increase in the defense budget. For fiscal year 2027, he seeks a 42% rise, totaling $1.5 trillion. Simultaneously, the president proposed a 10% reduction in non-defense spending. This budget plan now awaits congressional approval.
A new report from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has recommended that the Bank of Japan continue its policy of interest rate hikes. This advice comes as the central bank navigates the current economic landscape. The IMF's suggestions are often influential in global financial discussions.
Rengo announced on April 3rd that the third tally for 2026 spring wage negotiations shows an average wage increase of 5.09%. This includes base pay and regular raises. While slightly lower than the second tally, it still meets Rengo's target of 5% or more, signaling progress towards regular wage increases across industries.
Japan will introduce the Child Rearing Support Fund system in fiscal year 2026. This system will add a surcharge to public medical insurance premiums to fund child support. It applies to all, regardless of marital status. Single individuals express concern about an effective financial burden increase. Average monthly contributions are estimated between 200 and 550 yen.
The assets of ministers in the second Takaichi cabinet, formed in February, have been publicly disclosed. The average assets per minister are 65.91 million yen, a decrease of about 500,000 yen from the previous cabinet. 5 ministers in the current cabinet reported assets exceeding 100 million yen.
The House of Representatives will form an all-party council to discuss fundamental electoral system reforms. A key topic will be the ruling party's goal to reduce the number of parliamentary seats. However, opposition parties are expressing cautious views on this proposal. Discussions on these significant reforms will now proceed within the new council.
The government plans to hold the first meeting of an expert panel this month to revise 3 key security-related documents. Former U.S. Ambassador Kenichiro Saseye and former Administrative Vice Minister of Defense Tetsuro Kuro are expected to be appointed as members. This panel will play a crucial role in shaping Japan's security policy.
The ruling party aims to hold a vote on this fiscal year's budget bill in the House of Councilors early next week. Discussions are expected on the schedule for intensive deliberations, which the opposition strongly demands. Lacking a majority, the ruling party seeks cooperation from other parties, including the Japan Conservative Party, to pass the bill.
では、スポーツニュースをお伝えします。
Shohei Ohtani hit his first home run of the season. It was a game-tying 3-run homer in his 28th at-bat in the 7th game. Playing for the Dodgers against the Nationals, Ohtani hit it in the 3rd inning, evening the score. This extended his on-base streak to a career-high 38 games.
Ayama Gakuin University has launched a women's long-distance running team. Coach Susumu Hara, leading both teams, stated their true rival is the women's golf world. He aims to develop new methods to attract talented female athletes, hoping to revitalize women's track and field. The team targets a debut victory at the 2027 All-Japan University Women's Ekiden.
Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara, the Rikuryu figure skating pair, addressed their future on April 3rd. Kihara stated they need a bit more time to think about continuing their careers and that their decision is still undecided. The pair recently won a gold medal at the Milan Cortina Olympics.
Dallas Mavericks player Cooper Flagg made NBA history on April 3rd. He scored an impressive 51 points against the Orlando Magic, becoming the first teenager ever to achieve over 50 points in an NBA game. despite Flag's explosive performance, including 24 points in the final quarter. The Mavericks lost. This was Flag's third 40-plus point game as a rookie.
Chunichi Dragons outfielder Yuki Okabayashi has been removed from the active roster due to a right hamstring injury. This injury, sustained the previous night, ended his streak of 191 consecutive full-inning appearances. In his place, rookie outfielder Asahi Hanada, a sixth-round draft pick, has been promoted to the first team.
Seiya Suzuki, the Cubs outfielder, has returned to game action with the Double-A Knoxville Smokies on April 3rd. Suzuki was on the injured list due to a right knee injury from this spring's WBC, playing as the number 2 hitter and right fielder. He recorded a hit in his first at-bat.
Tsugumi Sakurai, who won a gold medal in wrestling at the Paris Olympics 2 years ago, announced her retirement from competitive sports. Sakurai held a press conference in her hometown of Kochi Prefecture on April 3rd to make the announcement. She shared her decision regarding her career as an athlete.
In the second round of a U.S. Women's Golf Tour event held in Nevada on April 3rd, Miyu Yamashita fell from the lead. Starting the day in first place at 5 under par, Yamashita's score dropped, moving her to 4th place overall with a total of 2 under par.
Rui Hachimura of the NBA's Lakers scored 4 points after coming off the bench in a game against the Thunder. The Lakers ultimately lost the game, ending their 4-game winning streak. The match took place on April 2nd in Oklahoma City, the Thunder's home court.
Japan's Football Association announced on April 2nd that Nedeshiko Japan coach Nils Nielsen will step down. Despite leading the women's national team to an Asian Cup victory in March, the association judged his coaching lacked rigor. With the Women's World Cup approaching, this is effectively a dismissal. His successor is currently undecided.
続いて、国際ニュースです。
2 U.S. fighter jets were shot down over Iran, the first since U.S. attacks on Iran began February 28. 2 crew members were rescued, but one F-5E pilot is missing. An A-10 attack aircraft also crashed in Kuwait after being hit by Iranian forces. Its pilot ejected. Iran's Revolutionary Guard is searching the F-515E crash site.
The U.S. reportedly proposed a 48-hour ceasefire to Iran through a mediator on April 2nd, according to Iran's Fars news agency. Iran rejected the offer, stating it responded with intense attacks. Iranian leadership maintains a stance of strong resistance. Mediated talks between the U.S. and Iran, involving Pakistan, currently show no progress.
U.S. intelligence agencies predict Iran's de facto blockade of the Strait of Hormuz will continue for some time. Iran sees controlling the strait as a key strategic advantage against the U.S. This could keep energy prices high, pressuring President Trump to end the conflict. The analysis suggests Iran's ability to threaten crucial shipping routes may increase its regional influence.
On April 3rd, the Trump administration requested a $1.5 trillion defense budget for fiscal year 2027, a 42% increase from the previous year. President Trump also proposed a 10% reduction in non-defense spending. The administration is now seeking approval from Congress for these budgetary plans. This significant increase in defense spending highlights current priorities.
The World Food Programme's Deputy Executive Director expressed concern over the Iran situation. He stated that the de facto blockade of the Strait of Hormuz is disrupting aid routes. This disruption means the WFP will likely reduce the number of people it can assist. The ongoing regional tensions are creating significant challenges for humanitarian efforts.
Misinformation is rampant on social media since military operations against Iran began. False claims like U.S. aircraft carrier sunk and Netanyahu dead have received over 300 million views. These fake news items aim to mislead the public during regional tensions. Users are urged to verify information carefully due to the high volume of false reports circulating online.
The U.S. Embassy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, sustained more severe damage from a March drone attack than officially reported. 2 Iranian drones caused a large fire lasting half a day, with parts of the building irreparable. Saudi Arabia's defense ministry had called the damage minor. Officials warned of many potential casualties if the attack occurred during work hours.
Ukrainian President Zelensky claimed over 35,000 Russian soldiers were killed or wounded in March alone. Meanwhile, Russia's Kremlin spokesman reiterated demands for Ukrainian forces to withdraw from the eastern Donbas region. This indicates a lack of progress on peace proposals. The conflict continues with significant casualties reported by Ukraine.
China's Central Commission for Discipline Inspection announced an investigation into Politburo member Ma Xingri for serious violations of discipline and law. His whereabouts have been unknown since late October. This is part of an ongoing anti-corruption campaign, also targeting other high-ranking officials. No further details about Ma's specific case were provided.
A magnitude 5.8 earthquake struck northern Afghanistan on the evening of April 3rd. The quake, reported by the U.S. Geological Survey, occurred just after 8:30 p.m. local time. So far, the disaster has resulted in 8 deaths and 1 injury. Search and rescue operations are likely underway in the affected region.
続いて、文化・芸能ニュースをお伝えします。
Hillheim's TOC explained why the group didn't break up after DJ Katsu's departure in 2018. Celebrating their 20th anniversary, TOC felt they had to remain cool Hilkerheim. Despite a partner's arrest and hiatus, the group, known for hits like Shunkashuto and sold-out Budokan concerts, continued with TOC as the sole member.
Actress Mari Nakayama has passed away at 80 due to old age on April 2nd. Her agency, Rinkogan, announced the news on April 4th. Nakayama, known for her roles in productions like Ayako no Tokyo Nikki, was the daughter of a novelist. A private funeral will be held according to her wishes, with a public memorial service planned for a later date.
Former Nogizaka 46 actress Ami Nujo announced her marriage to kabuki actor Hashinosuke Nakamura on April 3rd. Nujo, who got engaged to Nakamura last November, revealed the news on her newly launched YouTube channel. She expressed her happiness, stating that she is now Ami Nakamura.
Actress Ryoko Hirosue has announced her return to work. She shared a message acknowledging her past actions, stating that she firmly recognizes her weaknesses. This announcement marks her official comeback after a period of hiatus. Further details about her upcoming activities are expected soon.
BS Asahi announced on April 3rd it will end its 4K broadcasts next January. The decision is due to increasing business challenges, including the rapid rise of internet streaming. BS Nittale, BS Fuji, and BS TV Tokyo have also stopped 4K, and BS TBS plans to withdraw. Key commercial BS stations will offer free 4K programs on WoWow On Demand this autumn.
Soshina of Shimofuri Myojo shared his frank opinion on the R1 Grand Prix 2026 on his YouTube channel. He stated, honestly, it wasn't very interesting. Soshina, a former R1 champion, explained he can now speak freely since he's no longer an MC. He believes the contest needs more unique stars like Zako Shishio or Akira 100%.
Osaka Shochikuza began its final 2-month kabuki performances on April 3rd, ahead of its closure at the end of May due to aging facilities. human national treasures Kataoka Nizamon and Nakamura Koroku are among the performers. Opened in 1923 as Osaka's first Western-style theater, its future use remains undecided, though Shochiku aims to continue theater operations in Dotonbori.
Toei is launching 3 new Kamen Rider movie labels for global expansion. Announced on April 3rd, the Kamen Rider Chronicle will feature past riders. The Kamen Rider Animated aims to expand global fans, and the Kamen Rider Premium will create special films for a broader audience. These labels will develop new works beyond the TV series, with the first Chronicle film being an Ajito spin-off.
Former freelance announcer Mio Takahashi became a Tendai sect monk after experiencing severe stalking and relentless online slander. Known for her nearly 30 years in cycling programs, Takahashi faced extreme harassment, including death threats and animal carcasses left at her home. Losing her job and trust in people, she decided to pursue monastic training, finding her path after immense suffering.
Manga artist Kiri Yamada, author of AI no Aidenshi, believes a philosophy of work is crucial in the AI era. His 2015 manga depicts humans coexisting with AI humanoids, with many predictions now mirroring reality. Yamada noted that advanced conversational AI, like ChatGPT's GPT-3, developed about 10 years faster than his conservative projection of 2035.
今日のニュースは以上です。最後までお付き合いいただき、ありがとうございました。おやすみなさい。